Hey y'all, welcome in. Thanks for being here today. Today is Friday the 13th, if you believe in that. I didn't even know it was Friday the 13th till half the day was over with. And when I found out, I was like, God is good. I believe in God. So come on in. This is gonna be a different kind of video here today. As you enter, please hit the like button. I'm trying to cover a few things in one video. It's going to be a different type of video here today. Okay. Let's see. All right. So a lot was happening today. A lot is happening today. I'm probably going to be back on live later as well with another video. So make sure you turn on your notifications. So first things first, all the things that happened in the Diddy trial today was crazy. And then finding out that there is a survivor, thankfully, but how he survived is crazy. Okay. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, yeah. And then an unexpected person showed up at the courthouse. Wait a minute now. Can't see my screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's get into it. Who are we gonna do first? Okay, so court is over, but they're still in court when it comes to them arguing back and forth. That be both sides, the prosecutors and the defense and the judge. So the shakeup is the prosecutor's been trying to get juror number 6 off of the jury. Hold on. There we go. And this might not be for everybody. So, but people have been saying you need to do something different. Okay, so here it is. So please watch. Please hit the like button. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see. So the judge told the jurors that they can leave, have a good weekend, don't talk or read about the case, which I think is weird because the case is everywhere. So then the judge says, oh, juror 6, under the Fazio case, district courts have a broad discretion in getting this juror off. So the judge says, in the morning when we address this, I said, based on the record, I was not sure an inquiry was needed. During the breaks, looked at the transcripts from the robing room, because they had been meeting in the robing room, the lawyers, while the jury was out, and from the dyer. There is not evidence of bias, is what he's saying about the juror. The juror happens to be a Black man. And the defense is trying to say, this is racist. You're trying to get him out. The prosecutors are saying we're not going off of race on this, but that the fact that he lied when it came to becoming a part of the jury. And why did he lie? Why did he lie to be on this jury per se? So the judge says the juror indicated to him that he had moved to New Jersey with his girlfriend. He says, it may not be permanent, but has been for the past few weeks. And apparently this juror has been showing up late because he's coming in from New Jersey. So prosecutors are trying to say, well, he's not in New York. He's not in the district. He should not be on the jury. Okay, so the judge also says that was initially There was a long break to confer. When the juror returned to the court, and he said, they asked him, and he said 4 to 5 days a week in New York is how much time he spent in the Bronx. Okay, so the judge in the morning in the robing room, he said the daughter lived in New Jersey. Then he said in the Bronx with his aunt. So they done caught him in some lies. In the voir dire, he said he lived with his girlfriend who lives in New Jersey. These are inconsistencies. There's more in the U.S. letter that's not in the docket that he said, because apparently he was having a friendly conversation with people who work for the court, and they felt the need to let the court know, hey, this juror does not live in this district. He's living in New Jersey, and he's coming in every morning. Okay, so the judge says the court does not feel further inquiry is required. The reason we have alternate jurors is if questions arise like this, where there's a question, we need to, okay, they're saying the removal of the juror is required. So the judge is saying that he's going to remove the juror. The juror will be dismissed. He should not return on Monday. So they're going to fill in with the alternate, because the alternate's been there. And of course, it's going to be some debate on this. So Combs' lawyer, one of them, because I think he has like 11 or 12 of them, the Xavier Donaldson guy, his one black lawyer, says, let me make a record. He says, we didn't want an inquiry because it might have a chilling effect. It is very, very, very common to have a girlfriend in New Jersey or vice versa. He showed, let's see, he should have been allowed to explain himself. These jurors have been attentive. Well, that means that the backup juror's been attentive too then, right? So let's see. Who's this? Come on now. Where's the rest of it? Oh, where's the rest of it? I hate when they do that. Let me refresh this. Twitter has to be refreshed. Well, X has to be refreshed. Okay, read that. Okay, so Diddy's lawyer is saying, where is he at? He said he's concerned about the court, that the court is equating inconsistencies with lying or hiding something from the court. If you bring him out, we can come to a sort of understanding. He has come here every day. I've been in the court 25 to 30 years. I have been, I can hardly see it, y'all. That's why it's taking so long. There have been issues with representation of African American and Hispanic jurors. So he's bringing in the race card and saying, you know, this is no reason to basically kick the juror out. The judge says anything from the government, and the U.S. District Attorney says, I have nothing to add to your Honor's ruling. Because she been trying to get it all day. And he made them wait till the end of the day. So the government says Mr. Donaldson, that's Diddy's lawyer, is suggesting we make the decision here based on race, but the focus here is the integrity of the proceeding. The alternates have also been showing up on time, hinting that this man has not been showing up on time because he's been coming in from New Jersey. And if you don't know, the lead attorney for the district is Comey's daughter. So they're still arguing about it. Basically, that's what's going on with that. So jurors out, backup jurors in come Monday. Now, the other thing that's happening is, hold on, it's Kanye West. Let me fix my light. Where is Kanye? Okay, so Kanye crashes the Diddy ex-trafficking trial, but storms out after being banished to overflow room because he didn't want to be in the overflow room. He wanted to be in the main room. A lot of people think he wanted to be in the main room because it was sent a signal. So this is him getting out of the car. He had his security with him. I think he only stayed 30 minutes though. Just he didn't want to be in the overflow room. But when reporters asked him, was he there to support Diddy? His response was yes, that he was. And I think his response was yes, because yesterday they kind of described a person who was a part of these FO parties, and it sounded like it was Kanye West because it was like it's an iconic rapper and his girlfriend / wife. Okay, so embattled rapper Kanye West. Hold on. Okay. It says embattled rapper Kanye West crashed Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial on Friday. Now we all know that he likes attention, so it could have been that as well, or it could have been Diddy, kind of bringing him up yesterday to let other people know, hey, I'm not going to be the only one going down for this if y'all don't start showing me some support. So he stormed out of the courthouse after reportedly being banished. West, who wrote, he wore an all-white denim outfit, dark sunglasses, caused a frenzy outside of the U.S. District Court in Manhattan at around 11:20 a.m. I don't know what's up with the glasses that tie in the back, like how older people wear them. But anyway, this is him leaving. This is his bodyguard. And this is Diddy. And this is Teeny Shapiro. Is that her name? Shapiro? Yeah. Something like that. No, Agnifilo. I get it right. Agnifilo. And this is them together here. Let's see. A pair of security guards escorted West to the courthouse main entrance as the All Falls Down rapper shook hands with members of the public. Combs' son, Christian Combs, met West at the main entrance of the courthouse. So definitely this was coordinated. They knew what time he was going to be there. And video showed the two embracing before heading to the security check-in. When asked by reporters if he was in attendance in support of Combs, West nodded and replied, yes. That's according to ABC. However, West quickly exited the courthouse just 40 minutes later after he and his security team were reportedly banished to an overflow room on the 23rd floor to watch the trial. Because they have two overflow rooms for just anybody who wants to come in. But I think he wanted to be in the midst of it, just so the jury could see him, I guess. But he himself has his own lawsuits that are happening that are similar to Diddy's. So Combs' trial is being held on the 26th floor of the building in Judge Aaron Subramanian's courtroom. Video from outside the courthouse captured a West with a disgruntled expression marching to his Maybach and being driven away. Inside the main gallery, Combs, 55 years old, was surrounded by his defense team and speaking with his lead attorney, Mark Anifilo, and lawyers Nicole Westmoreland and Xavier Donaldson when West arrived. So he know they're there. He knows that West was there. Notably missing beside West was his wife, Bianca, who was pictured with the rapper on Thursday evening at an event. And let's see. Now let's go over to this miracle that took place with this airplane. Originally, myself and others, we were saying, hey, no one survived that. That's what we all thought. No one survived that. And then found out, yeah, somebody did survive that. Let's see if I can find it. No, that ain't it. Oh, is that? I don't know if that's it either. Hold on, y'all. Oh, that is it. Okay, Yahoo. Right here. Okay, so his name is Ramesh. He's the only survivor of the Air India plane crash headed to the United Kingdom from India that left 241 other passengers and crew deceased, along with 5 more people on the ground that died. He said, I thought I would die as he recovers in the hospital. Everything happened in front of my eyes. I thought I would die, he said. The side where I was seated fell into the ground floor of the building. There was some space. And when the door broke, I saw that space and I just jumped out. Oh my God. I'm trying to picture this in my head. His side, where he was seated, fell into the ground floor of that hospital building. There was some space. When the door broke, I saw that space and I jumped. The door must have broken on impact, he says. There was a wall on the opposite side, but near me, it was open. I ran. I don't know how they're repeating this because this is how he's saying it. I came out of it alive. For a while, I thought I was about to die. But when I opened my eyes, I saw I was alive. And I opened my seatbelt. Wait a minute. He was still strapped. I opened my seatbelt and I got out of there. The air hostess died before my eyes. Wow, he's gonna need some therapy because he's gonna have survival remorse. I'm hearing that he had a brother on there. I'm not sure, The Air India airliner carrying 230 passengers and 12 crew members was routed for United Kingdom and crashed into a building shortly after takeoff on Thursday, leaving 246 dead. It's almost like Final Destination. The victims included 241 passengers, crew members, as well as 5 medical students who were inside the medical college and hospital the aircraft crashed into, according to hospital officials. Many others inside the building were injured, some seriously, and are receiving treatment, hospital officials said. Prayers for them. He said, Ramesh's brother said it was a miracle his brother survived. He said another brother was on the flight and is missing. Wow. He said, our planes crashed. I don't know where my brother is. I don't see any other passengers. I don't know how I'm alive, how I exited the plane, is what he told the news. Just hearing about the crash, I'm scared to fly now. You think? To even stay on a plane now. And this is him. He's all scraped up, and make sure y'all seeing what I'm saying, because yesterday I was reading a story and not showing y'all the video. For that, I apologize. The plane is Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, crashed into Megamar, something like that, area near the airport in India's Jarat. It probably don't pronounce the G. Y'all, I can't pronounce it. These Indian words. Our deepest condolences go out to the loved ones of the passengers and crew on board Air India flight, as well as everyone affected. I have spoken with Air India chairman to offer full support, and a Boeing team stands ready. So that was from Boeing. Let's see, what does this report up here say?
Into that deadly plane crash in India. The official death toll now stands at 246, 241 on the Air India jet, 5 on the ground. And from the tragedy comes a story of survival. One passenger right there made it out of the wreckage alive. Chief International Correspondent James Longman has the latest from Mumbai. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, Robin. The mood here is stunned disbelief. How could such a modern plane essentially just fall out of the sky? The NTSB is on their way here to India to help the Civil Aviation Authority with its investigation. And this as one man survived. An urgent investigation is underway this morning to determine how an Air India jet carrying 230 passengers and 12 crew crashed just after takeoff, killing everyone but one on board. Stunning video filmed from a nearby building shows the jet ascend briefly before disappearing below the tree line, and then an enormous fireball. The plane took off just after 1:30 Thursday afternoon and was headed for London's Gatwick Airport. Moments later, the aircraft plummeted to the ground near the Ahmedabad airport. Smoke from the tragedy seen for miles. Firefighters hosing down the smouldering wreckage. Part of the plane seen hanging out of the medical college it crashed into. Here you can see the back tire sticking out of a building and a desperate rush to find survivors.
I thought, I don't know if maybe he's joking or what.
Akash Vatsa was on the same plane a flight earlier from Delhi to Ahmedabad.
It's a Dreamliner 787.
Sharing this footage from inside the aircraft.
I was in so much of shock. My father, my friend, they were also like traumatized.
Through the tragedy, miraculously, a sole survivor, seated in 11A, an emergency row seat. Astonishingly, he's seen here walking away from the crash. Vishwash Kumar Ramesh remains hospitalized. His family, meanwhile, beyond grateful.
When he was on the runway, well, my dad called him, and Vishwash said, "Oh, we're going to take off soon." And then literally like 2 minutes later, he video called my dad. As he crashed, he said, "Oh, our plane's crashed." All of that. I don't know where my brother is. I don't see any other passengers. I don't know how I how I'm alive, how I exited the plane.
Although Ramesh was seated in that emergency row seat, experts say there's no safest seat on passenger planes. This is the first fatal crash involving a Boeing Dreamliner since it entered service in 2011. Aviation experts raising concerns about the engines after seeing the nose of the plane pointed up in the moments before disaster, pointing to an issue of thrust.
These jets are built to be very carefully designed to not have something happen to the left engine if it happens to the right and vice versa. There's never just one cause, but this is going to be critical.
Boeing has told ABC News they're ready to support the investigation. It's crucial information from the black box that will shed light on how this could have happened. Well, Ahmedabad Airport has now reopened. It could take months or years to establish what really happened here. The United States has vowed to help any way it can.
So that's
Is your asthma rescue a dinosaur?
a blessing, but insane at the same time. Thank y'all for coming in. I gotta go because I'm about to go do a live store walkthrough. So turn your notifications on. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay, I gotta head out. It's gonna take me a little minute to get there, but I wish the store was closer, but it's not. Thank y'all for coming in for a different type of video.